Well, now to the coronavirus pandemic in our state. 950 new cases reported in the last 24 hours as we approach nearly 500 people hospitalized for the virus. Well, as the numbers rise, some state lawmakers are asking the governor to renew the state of emergency in Maryland, which is set to expire over this weekend. WJZ investigator Mike Helgren is live at Johns Hopkins, and he talked to a COVID survivor who was reluctant to get the shots but is now vaccinated. Mike.
Denise, she saw the numbers increasing every day. She was worried, educated herself, and went down to her local pharmacy and got vaccinated. Now, some good news as of today, 79% of all adults in Maryland have received at least one shot, and there were more than 10,000 people who got their first vaccine doses in the past 24 hours.
I feel that guilt.
Joy Curbean-Johnson did not trust the COVID vaccines. She worried about side effects, and a friend had an adverse reaction.
I felt there wasn't enough education, there wasn't enough tests conducted. I just felt everything was happening too fast. How do we have a vaccine that quick? And I just was against it.
But as she saw cases rise, Joy decided the time was right to get vaccinated, and she's glad she did.
Increasingly, it was so high and so quickly with people like me who were not vaccinated, I knew that it was time. My question to myself basically was, what could I possibly lose?
She works in human resources at Johns Hopkins and is also a COVID survivor, along with several members of her family who got sick earlier this year. She even had what are called COVID toes, where circulation is cut off because of blood clots due to the virus.
I had had enough of COVID, from death, being sick, experiencing, unless you went through it, you can't even describe it in enough words, because it's a very, very scary and lonely experience.
Joy says any side effects from the vaccine pale in comparison to the pain of fighting COVID.
In these days and times, the only way you can make a difference is to get that vaccine. If you don't, you will end up killing yourself or killing someone else.
Now, because of the surge in cases, several businesses are making some changes. Rams Head Live is going to require vaccination proof or a negative test. And Baltimore's Metro Gallery, a live performance space, is going to postpone its reopening. Reporting live at Johns Hopkins, Mike Helgren, WJZ.